Good afternoon across the continent of Africa. Good afternoon, all of you. Those watching me on Twitter and those watching me, listening to me across the globe, in America, in China, Russia, Australia, South America, Europe, and the continent of Africa. Friends, today is a great day for me. Born in the mountains of Uganda, educated in the mountains in my country. About 39 years ago, I left my country after a military coup taking place on 27th of July, Saturday, 10 o'clock, 1985. I arrived in the wilderness together with the former president of the Republic of Uganda, the late Dr. Milton Obote, and others. For the last 39 years, I have been struggling for freedom, for the people of Uganda, not for my freedom, for the freedom of the people of Uganda, for the freedom of democratic space, return of political parties in my country. Remember His Excellency General Yoweri Museveni came to power, abrogated the constitution and removed political parties, stopped any functioning of political parties, and introduced what we call a one-man merit, or a merit system, where all Ugandans stood on. And I want to thank His Excellency for having made his history, for having shown us that merit, and to stand on merit, to remain on merit, to remain as a person chosen to go to parliament, have merit on your own, let people have confidence in you. When I left Uganda, I left as a member of the Uganda People's Congress. I have remained a member of Uganda's People's Congress, the party that I joined in 1968 as a youth. I'll remain a member, but a progressive member of the Uganda People's Congress, who sees which direction the politics of our country takes. I campaigned for political parties to return to my country. I was a frequent visitor on CNN, Sky News, ITN, BBC, Focus on Africa, BBC World Service. I have taken part in debates until political parties returned and the people started forming, revamping their political parties. Ladies and gentlemen, in this time that I have been away, and I will continue to be away, in the 39 years, I've learned quite a lot in exile. I want to thank the people of Britain for having given me political asylum, for having taken me, housed me, clothed me, fed me when I did not have food to eat, when I did not have clothes to wear, when I did not have tools of analysis to be able to engage the international community. Today, I want to proudly tell you that through the efforts of the late Her Majesty, the Queen, and her people, the government of Britain, by then, the time we entered in this country, in Britain, where I am now, where I live, and I live resettled, settled. I want to thank them for the hospitality that they have accorded to several other refugees like me. For the hospitality that they have accorded us, they give us the direction of tools of analysis to go back to school, to learn tools of analysis, to be able to engage, to impact to the world, to be able to tell the world the experiences, to nurture a better world, a world with a democratic space, a world where reconciliation, a world without violence, a world full of peace without conflict. I took a course which was the wish of my late father, whom I've never buried because he died when I was in exile. I took a wish and studied political science in London School of Guildhall University in Aldergate East. I earned my papers and proceeded to continue with other engagements, to read further, to find the tools of conflict resolution, strategic management. This is the money you see here. Also studied the tools of media, how the social media affects the world. Became an investigative journalist, a communicator, worked with Sky News, worked with several other agencies across the world, a peacemaker, a model of mediation that I have gathered while in exile. Today, therefore, marks a great day for me. On this journey, several obstacles have come, they have gone. I've lost friends, I've lost those we fled together with, I've lost the president himself, whom I served very diligently up to 1985, 25th, 27th July, 10 o'clock, when our own army overthrew us. We all went through all the processes up to where we are today. The rest is big history that I cannot narrate in the shortest time that I have done this presentation to the world. There are many things that have changed. In my pursuit for knowledge and more education, I've read the books of Francis Fukuyama. One of the things that I picked from Francis Fukuyama's books is the decay of democracy, the decay of order, and the decay of political democracy. The more things move, Francis Fukuyama said, which I have here in and out. I've read the books of Plato Republic. I've read the books of Prince Machiavelli, the Prince. I've read all of Aristotle, Karl Marx. But the more things move, the more they decay. Today is therefore, today is a sad day. A sad day in the sense that it's a sad day in the sense that I have taken a stand. It's a sad day and a great day for me, and a great day for the people of Uganda, a great day for the people of Africa, and a great day for the people of Britain and the United Kingdom. I have been a member of the Labour Party. I have never voted any other party. I've done my miracles within my constituency in Croydon Central, later on turned to Croydon West. I want to thank my MP, Sarah Jones. Continue with the good work that you are doing for the people of United Kingdom. We shall support you wherever you are to win another term. When you are tired, you can surrender it to some of us who are eagerly waiting for it. I have stood by the people of Africa. I differed with Tony Blair on the question of Zimbabwe. The one country that I have defended across the globe is the Republic of Zimbabwe. With a volunteer heart of mine, not a paid mercenary, not paid to do, not through NGOs, not through the politics of dark forces that come to dismember Africa, that are paid to dismember our states. I defended Zimbabwe against all the odds, including threats of assassination attempts on my life. I want to thank the Scotland Yard. I want to thank for having come across an attempt to assassinate me. And you warned me. You put me under protective custody with my family. I want to thank my wife and my children. I want to thank, we stayed in fear for almost 5 years because of the defense of the country called Zimbabwe and Mugabe at that time. I have no regrets whatsoever that my disagreement with Tony Blair was to tell the world the truth. What is it that you wanted to do to a country instead of engaging this country called Zimbabwe? That was my position. Engagement, wider dialogue is always Dr. Matsanga's theme in his heart. My heart has always been, let's try engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, the more things worked in the direction of, engagement, the more Tony Blair did not like to engage the people of Zimbabwe. Back to my country. My state of affairs, the state of affairs of our country. Political parties were allowed. And I want to take this opportunity to thank President Museveni for having allowed political parties, the ones that I participated in, to ask for, where we got assassination threats, attempts, all sorts of and manner of things from some of the people who enjoy political multipartism, like a Dr. Besigye, who never wanted in his life ever to have political parties back in Uganda, because he served diligently under President Museveni as a political commissioner who stopped, who made the roadmap of the National Resistance Army, of which I was opposed to in the formation and the failure to return democratic space to the people of Uganda. I have nothing to hide, nothing to say we are going to tell, we shouldn't say it. Besigye can be seen as a savior today, but he wasn't. a savior that time. The number of people, the force Obote back, Foba, lamped on some of us, lamped on people that never took place. That was imaginary. Many of my comrades are not here today to speak. I will speak on their behalf. They have died. They have gone. But here we are, Dr. Besigye. This is what we fought for you to enjoy multipartyism. I want to honor one man still standing. Luchamuzi, thank you. Ken Luchamuzi, my brother, thank you. My brother, thank you. You found me in London struggling for political parties to return. You joined me. The conferences I called in London for you to come. The people who have perished, let Peter Otai, I owe you. You struggled. The most of all those people who perished, struggling for political pluralism to return to our country. We are embarrassed today. We're embarrassed in the sense that the younger generation that has taken over the political parties, including Besigye, have embarrassed me. They have embarrassed me in the sense that they are not united. They have used these political parties as a vehicle, a commercial vehicle, to engage themselves in commercialism, politics of venture, politics of commercial enterprising, of picking money from foreign agencies to come to torment the same people they are supposed to represent. I did not do that. I have never picked money from any NGO in the world. I've never called for sanctions against Uganda, despite so many things. I lost a wife, I lost a father, I've lost several relatives whom I have never buried. But I've never called for sanctions to come and hurt my people. The Mogani Changarais who called for sanctions, may God rest their souls in peace. You can now see what Zimbabwe is going through today. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been painful. Painful in the sense that all these things have happened to one man. In 39 years, I've seen a transformation of our state back in Uganda. I teach political science. I read political science to the last iota on the planet Earth. If you bring me an exam, even when I've closed my eyes and ask me questions, I will answer right for you an essay of 20 pages. And I give a credit where it is due. Where President Museveni has given a credit, has done very well, I give him a credit. That is what the type of opposition that the British establishment, while I'm in Britain, that is what I was taught by my teachers, by my professors. And I want to thank Professor, one of my professors who wrote the book of The Sowing of the Mustard Seed. Prof, this is the student you failed first when we are doing our PhD analysis. You failed me. But today I'm a very proud man. And I thank you very much. I don't want to say your name here, but I have just said you edited The Sowing of the Mustard Seed. You have a forward there of President Museveni. My disagreement at that time with you, Professor, when you marked my essay down, was I wrote an essay of, was democracy, is democracy in Uganda a myth or reality? At that time, a single-party democracy was a myth. It was not a reality. But you did not understand me. And perhaps now we are on the same level. We can understand each other. But I want to go back and thank President Museveni for accepting to reintroduce multi-parties. It has really shown that This is what we are not capable. I want to be very honest. Democracy does not grow today, 2 days, 3 days. It took United Kingdom, where I am now, 1,000 years today to be as it stands. It has grown, evolved towards, in political science on democracy, evolve, to evolve. Another word, institutions. If you don't have those two, you can't have democracy. And if you overuse one or push one beyond what, you bring anarchy, like what Chagulanyi and others are doing in political parties in Uganda today. Fragmentation of political parties. All Ugandan political parties, opposition political parties, have two factions. That is not what Dr. Masanga fought for. That is not what I lost my years in exile. Always on BBC, always on ITN, always on Sky News, always in conferences, always fighting President Museveni, demonstrations, gathering outside where President Museveni comes into London. I have to organize people to come down at the streets of London to oppose President Museveni. At that age, this is not what I fought for. The type of political parties, that opposition that is taking place in Uganda is not the one I fought for. It is a foreign sponsored, instigated type of political parties, opposition parties, funded. All of them, look, they have two factions, one faction. Even Dr. Besigye himself has two factions within his own party. Bob Kyagulanyi has two in his own party. Two factions. Some don't want, some want. DP, Mao has gone. Another one has gone. This is not the politics I wanted. I, as a person who suffered, Mao is a younger man, small younger man, very small. He used to come to London when I was fighting. Both militarily, I've been in camps, I've fought battles, and then intellectually. He used to be in NRM, a strong advocate of NRM, one-party state. Painful. All these parties you see there, Mugisha Muntu, all of these guys, they have been in the ones that made us to reach where we are. But we don't want to look behind this. We want to move forward as Ugandans in multipartyism. Multipartyism does not mean you become an opponent of President Museveni and hate him forever. Hate him personally. Talk about him 365 days. Excuse me, hello? Is there somebody listening to me? Let's go to the platform and talk. Let me challenge Besigye to come and tell me why we should have, from one day, day one to last day, talk about Museveni, President Museveni. No, we need to give Ugandans alternative voice. A voice with people, with views, with alternatives. If in case President Museveni is not there, his party is not there, what can we do? Another one says, I hate Museveni, I hate Museveni. Up to when? You are not giving us alternative, younger man. When I started politics, you are not even born. So listen to us, Kyagulanyi. We the elders, and I've told in Ambition, I'm addressing you in Ambition. My brother, I've told you, I've warned you that the root of that party will cause you problems. We gave you the votes, but you are not giving us anything. You are taking us to chaos. I am not interested in chaos. I am not interested in violence. Because I understand what political science is. Let's sit and talk as Ugandans. Let's disagree to disagree. If you find that the space is not good enough, stay like me. I've stayed where I am. I'm not going to involve myself because in Uganda politics, I am today announcing a retirement from Uganda opposition politics. Ladies and gentlemen, I have retired from Uganda opposition bad politics. That is